Next up, and final one, Dan, for 12 o'clock tomorrow, please.
Hi, Ange. Toward the end of last season, Harry Kane said the club had lost some of the values they had when he broke through when Mauricio Pochettino was in charge. I think you touched on it there in your answer to Tom, but to what extent will the culture, changing the culture of this club, be kind of as important as changing the football?
Yeah, it will be. My philosophy, I hate using buzzwords, but on culture is, to me, it's just people. It's people who define an environment. It's very easy for me to come in and say, look, this is what I want the culture to look like, and I've got people that don't fit in it, don't have the personality or the characteristics or the behaviour. So that's the first thing you've got to understand is what kind of people we have, and the values that I hold dear, I think, are reflective in a lot of the values that this football club have in terms of ideology around playing the way you play football, but also, my sort of basis for culture or behaviour is just, we're all very fortunate to do what we do. There isn't a person who comes through these gates shouldn't come through with a smile on their face, particularly the footballers and us. So it starts there, If you've got an appreciation and a respect for your environment and the people there, then I think that, again, gives you a good chance to create something, And sometimes people need direction with that, If there's no clear direction or clarity around what that's supposed to look like, then, people can go off and do their own thing. I understand that. But, I have been and I will be pretty clear about my expectations around, what I think we need to be like as a group of players, a group of staff, a group, as a football club. And I don't think that's too far from the kind of things that Harry was talking about.
And in terms of style, you said aggressive and dominant. I think it's fair to say that under the last three coaches, Spurs haven't really played that way. It's been more kind of counter-punching. It's been quite thrilling, but there's been quite a lot kind of sitting back and soaking up pressure. Is it harder, therefore, to kind of change the style? Do you have to almost reprogram the players who have been here a while?
Yeah, absolutely, and that'll be the biggest challenge, and that's why that's what I'm concentrating on at the moment. Is we don't obviously have the whole group here, but even with the guys we have here, it's just about changing that mindset a little bit and changing, the kind of way players see the game and maybe their roles within it, because even the positions they play, there's going to be adjustments to the way I want them to do things. So. But again, I love that, mate. That's why I'm here. If it was kind of me just rolling up and them going out there and doing their thing, it wouldn't excite me. So that's part of the challenge. That it will be a bit of a shift from the way the club's played the last sort of 3-4 years, and how quickly the players embrace that, and the new players coming in will help, because that's the part that we have control, or I have control over. Whether that's James Maddison or Guillermo in goal. I mean, they're players who I think will fit in the direction we want to go to, which helps. And then it's about seeing the existing group, how many of them sort of are able to adjust and embrace the way we're going to play.
And just on Maddison, I think he feels to a lot of people like a really Tottenham type player. Can you just talk a little bit about what you like about him, his qualities, what he can bring to your team?
Yeah, look, I think really excited to get him. As part of the group. He's, I think any manager will tell you that, part of the key to trying to be a dominant team is to have, multiple attacking threats, and having a midfielder who can score goals, create. They're not easy to come by, and he's proven himself at that level in the last few years as somebody who can do that. And I think, even just at the outset, when you look at Tottenham the last few years, it's been really relying on sort of the front three to get most of their goals, and I thought it was a real good fit for us to look for a player like James, and even better if we could get James. So we ended up getting James. So it was I was really pleased, and the fact that we did it early was great, because it allows him now. He's had a break. He's had a birth of twins, so mate, I don't know what shape he'll be in when he gets here, but once we get him in, it means he can come on the tour with us. And I know he's really excited about joining the group. He obviously knows a few of the lads, and I think he's in a stage of his career where he feels like he can be, a leader in that context. And I think that that's great as well, because we're going to need, you know, players who want to embrace that responsibility within this group, whether that's their first year in or they've been here for ages. Is that we're going to need some leadership on the field, and I think he feels like he can be a player that does that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. You too. Thanks, bud. Thank you.
Yeah.